All right. Thank you very much, everybody. We're going to go into the addendum. That's item 58A, hearing and possible action to consider the appeal of the notice of violation to abate nuisance for property located at 628 South Las Vegas Boulevard, Weeds Alternatives. The property owner is Garces Venture, LLC. The business owner is Stephen J. Vogt. This is in Ward 3. Mr. Jervik, are you representing the city?
I am representing the city, Your Honor, and Mr. Still is here as well. I have just been informed a moment ago that Mr. Levitt has just been retained to represent Mr. Voigt in the business Weeds. That's the subject of today's hearing.
Okay. Would you state your name for the record, please?
Yeah, thank you. James Dean Levitt on behalf of Mr. Voigt.
Okay.
I have a suggestion, Your Honor, and I told this to Mr. Levitt. He is going to ask for a continuance today, and I don't have a problem with that because he's not familiar with the facts and he needs to be prepared to represent his client. I understand that. I have got Dr. Sands from the Health District here today, and what I would like to do is at least bring him up right now, have him sworn, have him read a statement into the record, have the evidence in this matter introduced in the record. I'll provide a copy to Mr. Levitt, and at that point in time, continue this or hold it in abeyance for 2 weeks. It's my understanding that Mr. Voigt was arrested last night. He's in custody and not able to be here today as a result of that. I don't know if he will be in 2 weeks or not, and I don't know if we can work any kind of a negotiation out between now and 2 weeks from now. But I'd like the opportunity to at least put the doctor, since he's here, on the record, introduce the evidence book, and then at that point in time, I have no objection to an abeyance of this item for 2 weeks so that Mr. Levitt can meet with his client and decide what to do.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you anticipating that Mr. Levitt is going to be participating today in this procedure, or is he going to let you put the doctor on the to be able to testify and then reserve whatever rights pending a full hearing on this?
Honorable Mayor, that's exactly what we're prepared to do. We're going to extend the courtesy to Mr. Jervik. What we're going to do is allow the doctor to testify, and then I'll reserve any
cross-examination.
That's right.
All right, fair enough.
Point.
All right, the doctor will have to come back if there is the continuation of this hearing to be cross-examined. Do you understand that?
We understand.
Well, I would like to ask, if I could, Mayor, please.
Certainly.
I would like to find out, Metro, are you satisfied with what we're doing here?
Yes, we are.
Thank you.
I have been very candid with Mr. Levitt, and I've informed him that based on what I expect the doctor is going to put on the record here in a moment, we will use that information to do an emergency shutdown of this business. Mr. Voigt will obviously have an opportunity to appear before this council regarding the nuisance abatement that is the subject of today's hearing. At the same time, if he wishes to challenge the emergency shutdown, I have no problem with that. It's not exactly consistent with our code. It goes to district court, but I have no problem if the council wants to overturn us on an emergency shutdown. Mr. Levitt can challenge that at the same time. But I'm being straightforward with everybody as to why we're putting the doctor on today.
All right, fair enough.
And Honorable Mayor and members of the City Council, we would certainly object to any emergency shutdown if we want to prohibit this individual from selling this one particular project.
Your Honor, to me, we're getting ahead of we haven't got anything on record yet. They're surmising that we're going to do this or do that or whatever. Let's hear from Dr. Sands, hear what he has to say, then we'll make our decision what we want to do.
All right.
Thank you.
Dr. Sands? Your Honor, I have no reason to believe that this witness needs to be sworn, but because this will be the subject of litigation in the future, I suspect I would just recommend that of abundance of caution that he be sworn before reading his statement. All
right, you understand, Doctor, it's not a situation where we're not going to believe what you're saying, but for the purposes of the record, you are going to be placed under oath. Do you swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
So, I do.
Good. Go ahead.
Thank you. Would you please state your full name for the record?
Sure. I'm Dr. Lawrence Sands. I'm the Chief Health Officer for the Southern Nevada Health District.
And Dr. Sands, how long have you been the Chief Health Officer?
Been about 3.5 years.
Have you had an opportunity in the last day or two to speak with my office regarding a business in town known as Weeds, located on Las Vegas Boulevard?
Yes, I have.
Have you had an opportunity to review a book containing police reports and pictures and evidence regarding that business?
Yes, I have.
In the course of reading that evidence, did you come across reports about individuals having ingested substances at that business and being taken to the hospital?
Yes.
Did you also have an opportunity to discuss with myself and Deputy City Attorney Dan Still a statement that we would like you to read into the record at today's hearing?
Yes, sir.
Do you
Yes,
have
I do.
a copy of that statement with you?
Yes, I do.
Would you please read it
Sure.
into the record at this
Sure.
time?
Have you made a copy available for Mr. Levitt?
Yes, I have
Yeah.
given him a hard copy.
Right, and I've made a few edits. That's okay. But also, just as a preface, just to let you know that this issue was just brought to my attention just in the last couple of days, and during that time I've been able to have a chance to review information about the particular product that's being sold at this business. And what's clear to me after reviewing this information is that the substance that's contained in this product is untested, it's unapproved for human consumption. It's been shown to cause severe agitation, elevated heart rate and blood pressure, vomiting, and in some cases even hallucinations, tremors, and seizures. It's especially concerning to me that some of the most likely users of this product, the substance, have been identified as young persons between the ages of 14 and 27. So it's, in my opinion, that the availability of this product, as well as the marketing of it as in any way as portraying as being safe or natural, poses an ongoing health risk for our community. The Southern Nevada Health District is in complete support of the efforts that the city and Metropolitan Police Department are taking to ensure that this substance is no longer available to the public. Now, as far as the other information, as we said before, I am aware that this synthetic incense, that the synthetic incense substances are being sold at Weed's Alternatives and may be called, things such as JWH 018 or King Crypto, as well as among other product names that they may have with similar ingredients. These products are by definition, as printed on the label, not for human consumption. I'm also familiar with the Metro and business licensing investigations reports who reveal that the business is actively selling and giving the products away for human consumption to smoke and or to snort the product at this business location. So we are aware of at least 5 instances that have been reported where individuals have been taken by ambulance to the hospital with serious health problems and symptoms after smoking or the product on the premises at Weed's Alternative. So I believe that this business is creating a substantial, imminent threat to public health by encouraging people to smoke or snort these synthetic products, which are not designed for human consumption and put the public at great risk. The business's activities at Weed's Alternatives are jeopardizing, I believe, the health, safety, and the welfare of the public, and they need to be stopped immediately.
Thank you.
I just want to add for the record, the business is located at 628 South Las Vegas Boulevard and is known as Weed's Alternatives.
Okay.
I don't have any further questions.
Fine, and I assume you're reserving your right to cross-examine the doctor.
I am, Mayor. I'd still like to respond briefly to what the doctors testified to today, if I may.
Are we going to go forward?
Well,
All right, go ahead. You're certainly entitled to that since we've gone this far.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. In response to the product that they're discussing right now, my recommendation today is that the business not be shut down, only that they be prohibited from selling the product at question. I suspect there's other legal and legitimate products that do not pose this type of imminent risk. That would be my request today.
All right, thank you. All right, is there anything further?
As a matter of housekeeping, Your Honor, I'm showing Dr. Sands a book that has a cover sheet that says Item 58A, City of Las Vegas, Agenda Summary page. Are you familiar with this book that I'm showing you?
Yes, I am.
Have you looked through it?
I've been able to look through it, yes.
And are the reports contained in this in part the evidence that you relied on in forming your conclusion before the
Right.
City Council today?
That was part.
I'd like to lodge this book with the clerk's office, and I've provided a copy to Mr. Levin already.
Very good. Then it's lodged with the clerk. All right, is there anything further at this time?
I have a question.
Yes,
Mayor Goodman. Mr. Jerbick, are we presenting any other witnesses today, or just Dr. Sands?
No, just Dr. Sands. I wanted to get his statement on the record. Again, we'll reproduce him if we need to at Mr. Levitt's request, but that's it for today because I agree with Mr. Levitt to a continuance of this matter so you can be prepared to have the full blown.
Okay, my question is this. I don't know what you call this substance. You had a few names for it, Dr. Sands. But is it legal to purchase this stuff?
My understanding is it's not a controlled substance. It's the DEA calls it a drug or chemical of concern. It's not one that's been tested for human use or human safety, is my understanding. That doesn't necessarily, again, not being a lawyer, I don't think that necessarily that prohibits it from being sold. But I think that the use of it, is a public health threat because,
Sure.
again, essentially people are being exposed to a toxic substance.
And I understand, and that's our limited purpose today, is that it is a nuisance, a health threat, and that's why we are being asked to take action. But just out of my own curiosity, is this stuff prominent in Las Vegas? Are other businesses selling this ingredient, or is it being found, or other people being taken to UMC for ingesting this product?
I can't. I'm not aware of that out of this. It is a fairly reading up on this, that this is internationally a common issue. That this is having these type of products called spice or the insects that are treated with these chemicals is a common problem, and not just limited to this one substance, but others as well. And there have been both countries as well as different states that have taken steps to ban or prohibit those, the sale of these substances.
Okay. Very good.
Mayor,
Yes.
if I may?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem? Mayor Pro Tem, I don't know what your recommendation is going to be, but I would like to put on the record that I believe my position here today is not looking at the substances necessarily that have been sold, but the actual business owner as a viable business owner in this community. I don't believe that his suitability is just that until after further review of this license. And so my position would be to stop the business totally if in fact that's something that is a possibility. But I just want to just put that on the record, and I would actually like to see it closed until we bring this item back.
If I could, I need to make a record that we're under the open meeting law. We're only agendaed today for a hearing on the nuisance abatement. We're not asking you to take action. We're not suggesting you take action. I am merely putting on the record that staff is going to take emergency action as a result of this. It doesn't require council action. But at the same time, we're not here even for that. What we're here for is testimony that will support why we think this is a nuisance. We believe Dr. Sand's testimony is part of that package. We're only presenting that portion today because he's here today. But I have agreed with Mr. Levitt that no action will be taken by this council today regarding the item before you, because he just got the case, isn't prepared to present it, and we're going to give him the continuance that he's requested to be prepared.
Right. And Mayor Pro Tem?
Like Councilman Barlow, I was going to make a motion to give Mr. Levitt his continuance, but I've been following this for quite a while with my staff, and I certainly support what Metro has done, what they do each and every day, trying to protect the health welfare of all of our citizens in the city of Las Vegas, as well as Clark County. And this is, to me, a hazard for anybody to walk into this store. And I was going to make a motion to close it down right now.
We can't do that. We're not even agendaed for that. In fact, if we went forward today, and if Mr. Levitt, assuming you give a continuance for 2 weeks, in 2 weeks you couldn't shut it down. That's not part of what your options are under nuisance abatement.
I understand. I understand.
And I don't want to have you make a record right now that disqualifies you from hearing the rest of this in 2 weeks. So that's why.
My motion is to continue this for 2 weeks.
All right. That's the motion. Let's vote on it. Closed. And I believe if the staff is going to take any action on this, I think fairness requires Mr. Levitt to be advised.
We will make sure he is advised.
Mayor,
Motion carries.
and we will do a verbatim transcript of today's hearing, which will be included in the next item.
Very good. And when you say the next item, should this matter be brought back in 2 weeks? Right, that's correct. Okay, thank you.
And Honorable Mayor, that's at 1 o'clock.
That would be 1 o'clock 2 weeks from now. That's correct.
Okay. Thank you for the courtesy.
Okay. The meeting's adjourned.